That's right. You're listening to The Edge, 88.1, award-winning radio. This is Ed Vos, and here's some important news. If you haven't heard this, the recession is over, announced yesterday by the Budget Office. The recession was apparently over June of 2009. I'll give you a few minutes if you need to count your money. All right. And if you're unemployed, the good news is the recession is over, so it's just you. It's not the economy anymore. Also, in economic news, Alliant Energy announced today that they're asking for a 14% increase. They say that they need this to offset the cost of wind energy implementations. Well, I thought that was being done by Senator Grassley, and then I thought it was being done by Governor Culver. I get so confused. I don't know. Perhaps I was dreaming about what was going on and who was paying for it. Speaking of dreams, next up on The Edge, Teenage Dream. Katy Perry. You're on The Edge, 88.1 KDPS. I'm Ed Vos. Other news I want to cover it real quick is this is important. Pay attention. If you own a 2007 to 2009 Bentley, which I'm sure most of you do, since they only cost about $200,000 a piece, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has ordered a recall because the hood ornament does not retract. So the hood ornament doesn't bend back. Their concern is you might impale a pedestrian. Now, their recommended fix is use some lubricant or keep the hood ornament dry. That's what they're recommending doing. Personally, my recommendation is let's keep pedestrians off the highway. You're on The Edge, 88.1 KDPS. It is 84 degrees out, and we're counting down to the end of summer. Summer coming up at about 11:05. I don't remember it being much of a summer. Mostly to me, it seemed like a really humid spring. Nevertheless, you're listening to Des Moines' Shuffle Station. We play whatever we want, and what I want to play right now is Soundgarden, Black Rain, for one of the rainiest summers we've ever had. You're on The Edge, KDPS, 88.1. Only 25 days until Halloween. USA Today reports #1 costume, Lady Gaga. Okay, this does not take a lot of work. Ladies, go to the UPS store. Get a large roll of bubble wrap. Go to a gas station. Get the ugliest sunglasses they have available. Ta-da! You're Lady Gaga. The only good thing about this, you can do whatever you want. Paper plates on your shoulders. What a great idea. Personally, I have a problem with her desecrating a holiday. Halloween to me means only one thing. The Great Pumpkin will be shown for the 6,000th time on ABC. You're on The Edge, 88.1 KDPS. Weird Al going out by request to Joey, the winner of our movie trivia question. And speaking of Eat It, I got an email from a friend of mine, Dustin, who is at Kandahar, Afghanistan. He listened last week on KDPS.com. And he told me the good news that Burger King is going back into Kandahar. Now, if you remember General McChrystal, this is the guy who got in trouble for doing an interview with Rolling Stone magazine where he had some bad words to say about the president, which generals generally shouldn't do. All right. When he took over, he went into Kandahar, which is one of the large bases. It's in southern Afghanistan. I was there in 2008. That's the base that I was stationed at and ran missions out of. And he said he landed there, and it reminded him of Disneyland. So he made the Armed Forces Exchange Service that has a Burger King, a Pizza Hut, and a Subway there. He made him take the Burger King out. It's not like it's a regular Burger King. It's basically a semi-trailer, and then they serve Burger King out of it. He said he didn't want to have it like Disneyland, and he said it was bad for the troops who were out at the remote locations, out in the fire bases and at the remote bases. Now, I've been to I spent time out in the mountains. I spent time out in the remote bases. I spent time out in the villages. And, personally, after coming back in, getting a burger is a great thing. I don't know if you've ever been in a combat zone. There tends to be a little bit of stress. And there's not a lot of ways to relieve stress. There's no drinking there, which makes sense. Everybody has a weapon or two. I had two, and ammunition. So you don't really want a lot of drinking going on. I get that. That makes sense. There's no gambling. There's really nothing to do to let stress out except for exercising, which that I wasn't going to do that. So you can pretty much work out or eat. And one of the choices you had was to go to Burger King. Well, McChrystal, in his infinite wisdom, said they needed to go away. once again, drawing a parallel to that and Disneyland blows my mind. I've been to Disneyland. I've been to Kandahar. I never thought of the two together before. I'm looking around Kandahar. I'm walking through the dust and the dirt. I didn't think, hey, this would be a great place if I only had my kids here. On the Edge, 88.1 KDPS, this is At Ease with Ed Vos. It's 7:47, or if you're a nursing student, that's 19:47. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS, and that, of course, is Oh Yeah by Chickenfoot. Speaking of chickens, now, I've been to the farmer's market, and I know they have a lot of free-range eggs there. They have signs, free-range eggs. What I'm trying to figure out is, how is an egg free-range? I mean, the egg pretty much stays where it's laid. Free-range chickens, they're not really all that free. According to the USDA, now here's the definition of a free-range chicken, which you can get free-range eggs from. They just have to have the access to the outside. Chickens can be in a coop, they can be in a barn, they can be wherever. They just at some point need to have the access. And it doesn't even say, like, do they have a door they can open if they want to? It's just they can go outside. It's to the point of that even the chickens that they say are free range, they can force feed the chickens. They can chop the beaks. I don't know what that has to do. Maybe that has nothing to do with the force feeding of the chickens. Maybe it's you cut one beak and the rest of the chickens listen and they follow. I'm not sure what they use that for. Okay, here's my favorite part about this. People buy these eggs thinking the chickens are treated better because they're free range. It's not like chickens are just walking around the neighborhood and like, hey, need some eggs? I mean, the chickens still don't have a free life. So if they get to run around outside, oh great, they get to dodge predators. Not much better. This song goes out to Mr. Jack DeCoster. It's by Toby Keith, and it's Every Dog Has Its Day. This is Ed Vos. It is Edge 88.1. I was watching the news this morning, and Jerry Ann Ritter on Channel 13 is pregnant again. That's not newsworthy, but I think it's much easier for a guy to be on TV and news. They just have to basically change, they got 3 suits, 6 ties, maybe a couple different shirts. It's hard enough for a woman to be on the news and have to worry about what to wear, let alone being pregnant. And they've changed how they do the green screen. It used to be like you saw about waist up, and they would like point to the weather map. Now they have their whole shoe. They do head to toe in the middle of the map of Iowa. I don't think this is fair, and I think they should have a clause in there. You have to wear, whatever clothes. But once a woman becomes pregnant and she's the meteorologist, I think they ought to let her go ahead and wear a green suit if she wants to. Then she can completely disappear behind Waterloo or the Quad Cities or whatever she wants to do. Just my opinion. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS. Michael Bublé, Hollywood, on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS, Des Moines. I'm your host, Ed Vos, and it's 6 to 8 on Wednesdays, which means I'm playing ABC with you and me, where I got 500 songs loaded up my iPod, and I'm playing in alphabetical order. Couldn't think of any other better way to play them, so alphabetical order. And anytime you want to guess the next song, give me a call at 263-2985, kicking things off, Kool and the Gang, Emergency, on the Edge, 88.1. We play whatever we want. Kool and the Gang, Emergency, number 98 on my list of 500 songs I'm playing in alphabetical order. Coming up is song number 100. Do you have a guess? It starts with Every. This song, number 99, is Every Breath You Take. You are on the Edge, 88 KDPS, Grandview Radio. This is the award-winning Grandview Radio. The Iowa College Media Association honored it with the 2009 Radio Station of the Year, and we're going to try to win it again this next year. We have great prizes here at Grandview Radio, and this week's prize is gift certificate to AMF Bowling. This goes to the first caller. The first caller to give me a call at 263-2985, you're going to win a certificate for free bowling. Now, this does not include your shoe rental. Need fun? Add bowling. Visit the AMC Centers at amccenters.com for more information. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS, Des Moines. Number 100 out of 500 songs in alphabetical order. Every rose has its thorn. Now every time I think of you, the babies. You are on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS. My name is Ed Vos. It is 6:25 on a Wednesday afternoon, and Fall Basketball Mania is kicking off next week. Monday, 11:15. We're going to be playing against Simpson, and that game will be on at 7 o'clock. And then that is actually the women's game, and then men's game will be playing on Tuesday, the 11/16. That'll be at Midland Lutheran at 7:30, and then next Wednesday, my show will be preempted for the game at Morningside, and that'll begin at 6 p.m. And then the following Monday, there'll be another game, and then again in December, it'll be preempted on Monday. The men and women's game will be on Wednesday, December 1st. So this is going to be my last show until about the second week of December. So the ABC with you and me will go away for a couple weeks, but it'll be replaced with some great Grandview basketball. Today is November 10th, and that means it's the Marine Corps birthday. This day, 235 years ago, the United States Marine Corps was founded in a bar. That's right, the Marines were started at Tun Tavern in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and that makes sense. As a Marine, it makes sense. So if there's a Marine in your life or you're a Marine, happy birthday. From me to you, it's the Marine Corps birthday, and then tomorrow is Veterans Day. Lots of great specials going on at restaurants and gas stations and everything. And I would say if you want to thank a veteran, as a veteran, make sure you thank their family, because I know my family sacrificed a great deal for me. So make sure you give them a big shout-out tomorrow. Back to ABC with you and me. This is Wang Chung. You're on the Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. And I'm playing 500 songs on my iPod in alphabetical order. That was my plan at the beginning of the semester. The semester started back in August. The semester is going to be ending in December. I'm not sure I'm going to make it. So I'm going to jump ahead a few songs here, because I've only got about 27 more songs I can play with you before December. This song, of course, is Green Onions. It's by the Blues Brothers. If you've ever been to the Funny Bone Comedy Club, you've probably heard this song and didn't know what it was, because usually by now it stops and somebody appears on stage. That's what this song is. It's from the movie The Blues Brothers. One of the longest intros there is. And I can talk right up until the point that they start talking. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember exactly when that is, because I, too, haven't heard this song in a long time. I thought he was going to go right there. He did not. Nope, he's not ready yet. But you're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. My name is Ed Vos. Nope, he's still not ready. It's 7 o'clock in the capital city, and you're listening to 88.1 KDPS Des Moines, Grandview's award-winning radio. The Blues Brothers, Green Onions on the Edge, 88.1. Now, Fleetwood Mac, slowing it down just a touch for you. I'm your host, Ed Vos. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. My name is Ed Vos, and I'm playing ABC with you and me. I'm playing songs in alphabetical order. I'm going to play 500 of them. I have jumped ahead because I've realized I don't have time in this semester to get to all 500 of them. So I'm going to pull out some ones that I prefer to play. I promise you I will play no more Wham. I will play no Culture Club. All right? I'm going to give you that guarantee. The next song I'm going to play is by a Marine, since it's the 235th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps. And I got to me thinking a Marine Corps hymn, The Halls of Montezuma to the Shores of Tripoli. That song obviously not written in Des Moines, because in Iowa it's not Tripoli, it's Tripoli for some reason. I have not figured that out. I've been to Tripoli, and I've been to Tripoli, and they are two different places. I've been to Madrid, Spain, and I live about 9 miles away from Madrid. Now, is Nevada and Nevada the same thing? I'm not sure, but what I do enjoy is whenever there's a new newscaster or a new person on the radio that comes to Iowa, and they make all those mistakes. It's kind of an inside joke. One thing I do like is I live outside of the town of Granger, and in Granger we have 2 water towers. One's marked hot, and one's marked cold. I love when I get friends from like New York City to come out, and I just have them look up at the water tower and go, huh, wow, I always wondered how they did that. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. Now, like I said, from a Marine, Huey Lewis in the news. The heart of rock and roll. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. He was a Marine Corps helicopter pilot before he went into music. Huey Lewis in the news. The heart of rock and roll. I'm going in alphabetical order. That's the heart of rock and roll. Next up, The King. Heartbreak Hotel. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. The king of rock and roll, of course, Elvis Presley. You're on the Edge, 88.1. It's 19:15. 7:15 if you're not a nursing student. Asia with Heat of the Moment on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. We play whatever we want. Warrant with the classic 1980s ballad. Next, Here I Go Again, Whitesnake. And then I promise you, we're going to kick things into high gear for a little while. Whitesnake, Here I Go Again on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. Your shuffle station.
Get off the bus and kiss those boring corporate radio stations goodbye. Stay tuned to your shuffle station, where we mix all the best music together. KDPS Des Moines.
Bob and Doug McKenzie with Take Off to the Great White North. If you haven't heard the forecast, they're calling for snow Friday into Saturday. That's right, the four-letter word, I said it, snow. I'm not afraid. Snow, 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 snow. I want some snow. It's that time of year. Let's get ready. It's almost Thanksgiving. It's good to have snow. I don't want as much snow as last year, where we had, like, the average school district in Iowa had 10 snow days. And then we have to make those up. The state of Iowa has a law. You have to do 180 days of school a year. And if you miss them, you got to make them up. There were schools in session after June, which I think should be illegal. I don't think we should start school till after Labor Day, and I think we should always end before Memorial Day. And if that means we cut back 10 days a year, what's the worst thing that can happen? Iowa kids are 10 days stupider than all the states around us? As far as I can figure, we're still going to be well ahead of Missouri. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS. I'm Ed Vos. I'm your host for the next 2 hours, and we've got some prizes coming up and a bunch of great music, and then we're going to do a special surprise. I've got a guest coming in for the second hour. And then we're going to be talking a little bit of other things going on and different kind of music for the second hour. So we're going to kick things off now with one of my favorite new songs. It's by the band Duck Sauce. And this is Barbra Streisand. And I guarantee by the end of the song, you'll know all the lyrics. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS. I'm Ed Vos. This is Night is Young. A little after 6. Beautiful winter evening. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. Watching the Today Show this morning, I am sick and tired of all the coverage about the royal wedding. The British are having another royal wedding, and we are supposed to care about it. Now, maybe I missed something, but I thought, maybe I'm mistaken, but I thought we won the Revolutionary War. And then didn't we win the War of 1812 as well? Why do we care about this? There are more important things in life than what the British are doing. How would you like to be British citizen over there? And they're spending millions and millions of tax dollars for this wedding, for a marriage, for a guy that may or may not become the king someday, for a position that does not matter at all. It is no official position at all. So, it drives me crazy. And the Today Show, of course, will be broadcasting live from the wedding. So they do a story that they want to know if people are upset about it. But ultimately, they're going to do the wedding either way. Now, this song I heard just the other evening in my daughter's Christmas program. She's 8 years old, and they started off by singing this song. It was awesome. I got a feeling like I'd be. You are on the Edge. This is Toby Keith with Every Dog Has Its Day on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. I'm Ed Vos. Raise your glass pink on the award-winning Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. We have a prize for you. This is the last prize for a month. So if you're holding off because you're only limited to win one prize in a 30-day period, you kind of want to act now. Now, the prize is 2 passes for 2 free games for 2 players at Air Lanes. That's located on Fleur Drive out by the airport, 4200 block of Fleur Drive. Now, rental shoes are not included, but you can go out with a friend or a date for a fun-filled night of bowling. One prize can be won per household. And now, here's how it's going to work. The first caller at 263-2985, 263-2985 will be a winner. And like I said, we've got a special guest DJ coming up for the second hour. The second hour, we're going to be kicking off the holiday season with some Christmas music. Now, this is the last show for this semester, so I'll be going away for a month and then coming back in January. So, but thank you very much for listening this year. And like I said, guest DJ, second hour, with some Christmas music. It's 6:23. You're on the Edge, 88.1. This is Billy Currington with People Are Crazy. Bruno Mars with the touching love song, Grenade. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS. We've got some Brad Paisley, Darius Rucker, Lita Wise, Michael Bublé, and Taylor Swift coming up. Congratulations goes out to Kim Wilson, winning the prize for Bowling for Two. You're on the Edge, 88.1. Once again, we already have a winner for the Air Lanes bowling certificates. Kim Wilson of Des Moines. Congratulations, Kim. 20 minutes till Christmas music. That's right, Christmas music. Holiday music, seasonal music, Christmas music. Kicking off at 8 o'clock tonight. Now, House Rules by Citizen Kane. That's Willow Smith with I Whip My Hair Back and Forth. This is the end of the semester for me. Tonight I decided to bring in a very special guest to kick off the Christmas season, and she certainly has been whipping her hair back and forth, dancing around during the first hour. And so I'd like to welcome now my very special guest DJ, Samantha. Hello, Samantha.
Hi.
You don't have to wave, but you do have to say hi a little louder there.
Hi.
Hi, Samantha is my 8-year-old daughter. We're preparing for Christmas. Let's see, was your mom home last year for Christmas, Samantha?
No.
Where was she?
In Afghanistan?
No, that's where I was the year before.
Iraq.
In Iraq. So this is a special Christmas for you, isn't it?
Yes.
You get to have both your mom and dad home for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, what would you like to play first? What's the first Christmas song you'd like to play?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming to town, right? And what you? I want to interrupt you there. What were you? Go ahead and try that one more time.
Santa Claus is coming to town at Edge 88.
Great job, Samantha. You're on the Edge. Brad Paisley, born on Christmas Day. Well, Samantha, my special guest DJ. Samantha is 8 years old. How are you doing, Samantha?
Good.
Okay, well, we're talking about Christmas, so we brought in a kid, because Christmas is about kids, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And we were talking earlier that your mom was in Iraq last year, and your dad was in Afghanistan the year before that. So you're excited about this Christmas, having them both home?
Yes.
Well, I think a lot of people always think about the soldiers and the airmen and the Marines and the sailors that are overseas for the holidays, but a lot of people forget about the families. What's it like as a kid having your mom or your dad away for Christmas? Is that hard?
Very sad.
Very sad, huh? So do you have extra special Christmases when they come back?
Yes.
Yes. Well, now that was Brad Paisley. Now, what song would you like to do next?
Baby, it's cold outside?
Oh, like from the movie Elf?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that movie. You know that's my favorite Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew that. You have inside information being my daughter. Now, they sing that song when she's in the shower, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the name of the department store? You don't? Is it Gimbals?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where he goes. And what's the thing that he gets stuck on trying to go up?
The escalator.
The escalator. He doesn't know how to run the escalator. Now, this is not the Will Ferrell version. This is actually the Dean Martin version of, what's the song again, Sam?
Baby, it's cold outside.
And what station are we listening to?
Edge 88.
Great. You're on the Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. My special guest DJ this evening is Samantha. Samantha, how are you this evening?
Good.
Okay, well, I'm going to switch CDs, so maybe you should take an opportunity to tell Santa a few things you'd like to have this year for Christmas.
How about a new Barbie house?
A new Barbie house, okay. Santa, if you're listening, Samantha would like a new Barbie house. Anything else?
Some clothes for my stuffed animal.
You have a naked stuffed animal at home?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, this is not okay. I don't think you can talk about that on the radio, Sam. You're going to get us in trouble. You know that?
Yeah.
So you don't care because you don't go to school here, right? So I'm going to get in trouble with my professor, and you're not going to get in trouble. That doesn't seem like a very nice thing to do. Well, what would you say would be a good toy if there's somebody out there that has an 8-year-old daughter and they're looking for something to buy for them? Do you have any suggestions?
No.
Nothing? So you don't need anything for Christmas this year?
I don't need it. I want it.
Wow. That is an amazing way to put that. You're right. We don't need stuff for Christmas. We want stuff. Wow. Out of the mouths of babes. All right, Sam, what song would you like to play next?
Winter Wonderland on the Edge 88.
Samantha, how are you doing?
Good.
Are you looking forward to Christmas?
Yes.
What is the thing you like most about Christmas? Is it the presents? Is it the food? Is it family? Is it playing games? What is it?
Family.
Wow, that is another great answer. People are not going to believe that you came up with this answer by yourself, because before I said, what do you need for Christmas? And what was your answer? About needing?
I don't need it, I want it.
Yeah. Wow, you're an amazing kid. That must be your mom. Do you think you get it from your mom?
Yes.
Now you're killing me. All right, well, what do you want to play next, Sam?
Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Miley Cyrus on the Edge 88.
That is excellent. Thinking about going to Grandview for broadcasting someday?
Yes.
The Little Drummer Boy. And next?
Do You Hear What I Hear on the Edge 88.
You're on the Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines, and that, of course, is Silent Night. It's the Christmas season. I'm Ed Vos, and alongside of me is Samantha Vos. Hello, Samantha.
Hi.
So glad you could join me this evening. It's a special time of year, and, you know, unfortunately, it can also be a very sad time of the year for people who have lost someone and they're missing the person who's either gone, maybe on a deployment, or someone who has passed away this year. It can be kind of sad, can't it, Sam?
Yes.
Having your first Christmas without somebody. So be extra special and nice to people. You should every day, but we'd like to tell you, just, you know, spread that Christmas cheer around and take time to take care of each other. Now, Samantha, we played, let's see, Santa Claus is coming to town a little earlier, right?
Yeah.
Do you know any of the names of Santa's reindeer?
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
Wow, I don't think I could have done that good. That's great. You know what? I think we should play a song that has all of those in it. What do you want to play now?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
On the Edge 88.1. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on the Edge 88.1. Samantha, what do you think of that version of Rudolph?
I think it was good.
Yeah, you did have a question about maybe what the background? You didn't like the background singers that much? They're not here. You can say something if you want to. Do you like my background singing better? Let's give that a shot real quick, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead. You start, and I'll do the extra parts.
You want me to sing it?
Yeah, you sing it, and I'll do the extra parts.
You know, Dasher and Dancer and Vixen and Dixon. You know, Comet, Cupid, and Donner and Blitzen. But
Nixon? I don't think Nixon is one of the reindeer. Blitzen. Are you sure it's Blitzen?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should play the next song instead. I don't think we're doing this very good. But I like a light bulb. But I don't think it's worth the effort. Do you?
No.
All right. What should we play next?
Frosty the Snowman on the Edge with Ed and Sam Vos. Thank you for listening. Merry Christmas. Fasten your seatbelt.
All right, sweetheart.
Turn the radio all the way to the left for Kids Radio Mania.
Told you I made dinner plans for you and me and no one else.
Kids Radio Mania plays lots of great music. Kids Radio Mania weekends on 88.1 KDPS Des Moines.
Check out kdpsradio.com.
Coming to Central Iowa, Chris Tomlin.
How can I keep from singing your praise? How can I...
Chris Tomlin live in concert Tuesday, February 15th at First Federated Church.
My heart will sing how great is our God.
That's right, Chris Tomlin is coming to Central Iowa.
Exclaiming, indescribable, uncontainable. You place the stars in the sky and you know them by name. You are amazing.
Come and sing along to all your favorites and be lifted up in praise by Chris Tomlin. Tuesday, February 15th at First Federated Church. Tickets on sale now at ticketservant.com.
Lots of Des Moines radio hosts talk about the world of entertainment. One has 15 years of experience in the world of entertainment.
The Ed Vos Show.
Lots of Des Moines radio hosts talk about supporting our troops and our veterans. One has multiple combat deployments and served for over 20 years.
The Ed Vos Show.
Want to know more about this Des Moines radio host? Tune in to The Edge 88.1.
Sunday night, 6 to 8, The Ed Vos Show.
You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. I'm Ed Vos with you from 6 until 8. That's Montgomery Gentry with My Town, and then Edwin Starr with War. Some songs never go away. They just reappear, and they're just as appropriate as they were decades before. Now, a couple of shows coming up after me. We've got the Sporting Edge and then the Tallman Tonight. So both those shows will be coming up later on this evening. And you're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. Like I said, going to talk to you about having a teenage daughter. I was not prepared for this at all. Just kind of going along. And my youngest stepson graduated high school last year, so we thought we had a year off. She was in 8th grade. We didn't have to worry about all the drama with high school or anything. It's amazing how brutal middle school girls can be. I was not prepared for that at all. My daughter, every dad says this, that their daughter's, beautiful. Well, my daughter's 5'9", and she's gorgeous. She's been modeling since she was 6 months old. She was in a Maytag ad when she was 6 months old. She had a speaking role in a commercial when she was 2 years old. She's been on the cover of Better Homes and Gardens, and she's been in Better Homes and Gardens magazine, half dozen times. And then she was in the Weddings magazine probably 6-7 years ago. And so we started about 2 weeks ago homeschooling her. My wife is going to be home full-time and homeschooling our daughter. When you get right down to it, it takes about 6 hours as opposed to putting her on a bus and seeing her 9 hours later with all the time wasted going from class to class. And the thing I always get from everybody always says, well, what about the socialization? Well, what if the socialization is horrible? Do I need to make up for that? Do I need to have a class where I just make fun of her? My good friend Dwayne told me this last night. He was telling me about the socialization and his take on this. And, he basically said, just spend 5-10 minutes putting her down, telling her she's horrible, telling her that, all sorts of things that are wrong with her. And then you've made up for all the socialization because she's very good in sports. She's very good in everything she does, and she's beautiful. Why does she need to be brought down by her peer group? That makes no sense whatsoever. So now my wife is going to use all kinds of life experiences as education for her. And my wife is not the typical whatever you have in your mind for a homeschool mom. There's several students here at Grandview who are homeschooled, and they seem perfectly normal to me. Now, my wife is not going to get a denim jumper. She's not going to wear a bonnet when she goes to the store. She's still going to drive her Tahoe. And, well, I'm a little prejudiced, and she's a little hot. So this song goes out to her, my new teacher of my daughter, and I cannot wait for parent-teacher conference to roll around this fall. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. This goes out to my daughter's teacher. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. This is the Ed Vos Show. I'm with you every Sunday evening from 6 until 8. Those three songs, Aerosmith, Ragdoll, C&C Music Factory, Gonna Make You Sweat, and, of course, the third one, Leonard Skinner, Sweet Home Alabama. Been used in many movies. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard it somewhere, maybe at a bar, maybe at a bowling alley, maybe at a dance, maybe just in the car. My favorite place to ever hear that song was in Montgomery, Alabama. I was down there for some training, and a buddy of mine, Kenny, and I went out to a small little dive bar not too far from the base we were training at. We're hanging out, playing some music in the jukebox, and I put the song in. I wanted to see what it would be like to play Sweet Home Alabama in an Alabama bar. So meanwhile, we're playing pool. Kenny's got his hat on backwards so he can get focused on the next shot. So he's got his hat firmly pulled down backwards, and he's leaned across the table ready to make the game-winning shot when Sweet Home Alabama came on the jukebox there in that Alabama bar. And I kid you not, everybody stood up and faced the jukebox like it was the playing of the national anthem or something. So they're all facing the jukebox, and then one of them, hey, Yankee, you better stand up. And, in all honesty, he was wearing a Yankees ball cap. My buddy was from Schenectady, New York, and he was playing pool, and sure enough, he stood up and faced the jukebox for Sweet Home Alabama. So I challenge you sometime, get down to the state of Alabama, go to Montgomery, one of the best minor league baseball parks in the world, the Montgomery Biscuits, down there in downtown Montgomery. I think they're the AA team for the Devil Rays, actually. So head on down there sometime. The weirdest thing about Alabama at the baseball games, they have beer, and they've got popcorn, and they've got peanuts. They're not dry roasted peanuts, though. Somewhere south of the Mason-Dixon line, somebody decided to be a good idea to boil peanuts. So they serve you a cup of mushy, boiled peanuts at the baseball game. So there's another reason it's a good thing we won that war. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. I'm Ed Vos. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. This is the Ed Vos Show. I'm here every Sunday night from 6 until 8. Following me will be the Sporting Edge. A couple of guys talking about sports. I do a great job, so tune in for that. And then following them, it'll be the Michael Tallman Show after that. So, and now we're here every Sunday night. I think we're taking the Sunday after Thanksgiving now, so we got a long run without missing a night. This last week, my kids had an event where they had a petting zoo, specifically my youngest daughter, who's just turned 9, and so they had a petting zoo, and they had like a little cage around it, like a portable chain link fence they put around it, and then outside the fence they had bunnies for people to hold and pet. And if you're going to do something like that, where you know you need to be around the public, someone in your life should tell you, I don't think this is working out. I don't think you have the skills or the ability to interact with people and make this a positive experience. This lady who was running this thing, I don't know if she lost an animal on the way there. I don't know if she's just one of those people who is always grouchy all the time. She was in a horrible mood, and there's probably 30 kids trying to take turns holding the bunnies because, it's a petting zoo. She's like, hey, you got to give those bunnies a break. Put them back in there. They're getting stressed out. How stressful can it be for a bunny to have a kid pet it? So I'm not sure about that. So then you go inside the corral, and then they have animals just running free, and they just come up to you. They got a little pile of food you can pick out of the jar, and you get one handful, so then you can feed the animals inside the octagon cage, just like mixed martial arts. So you can play with whatever animal you want to. My daughter starts walking over to this pony because she likes ponies. I know that's very shocking for a young girl to like ponies, but she's walking over the pony, and the lady gets in front of her and says, hey, no, you can't touch the pony. Stay away from the pony. Don't you see the sign, no touching? And my wife doesn't miss a beat. She said, we got confused. It was a petting zoo. We thought maybe we could pet the animals. No, there's no touching the horse. Why don't you leave the horse on the trailer? I don't understand why you bring the pony in there. Kids are running all around it. I mean, somebody's going to get kicked, stomped on, and that's not by the pony, probably by the lady. So it just reminds me, when you go to an experience and there's no touching, only looking. So not a very good time for the petting zoo. And I'm thinking the lady probably should maybe get into some counseling or a new job. I think she'd be perfect in a toll booth. She'd be perfect on the side of the road with the slow or stop sign when you're signaling to get around road construction. I think there's a couple of jobs that lady'd be really good at. So you can look, but you can't touch. I've been to places like that before. They were never a petting zoo, though. Next 3 songs, 3 Doors Down with Kryptonite, Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock with It Takes Two, and then Brooks and Dunn with Only in America. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. My name's Ed Vos, and I'm playing 1,000 songs on my iPod, just shuffle them up, and let's see what happens. You're on the Edge.
Poker Face. You're on the SS Novelty, and I'm Captain Eddie. How you doing out there in Radio Land? We're doing all the things that radio stations don't do. We're playing silly, stupid, novelty songs. Next up, we're going down south, across the border, for some Mexican radio. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. Wish I was in Tijuana. That's not a good place to go anymore. It's dangerous in Tijuana. Stay right here in Des Moines and hear more silly, stupid novelty songs. This one is from the Zac Brown Band. Oh, yeah? Ginner chicken. Seems like Zac Brown does not like chickens. This is the same guy that brought us the song Chicken Fried. And now he's sicking chickens with the dog. It's a good song. If you've ever been chased by a rooster, that's a good song. Next up, A Letter to Home from Camp, a very touching song. KDPS Radio is not responsible for the following bad radio that is about to happen. Please excuse all of these bad things that are going to happen in this next segment. Hey, welcome back. This is all the silly, stupid novelty songs you can handle. How you doing out there in Radio Land? We're your one stop for all your silly song needs. Hey, now we're going to play more Weird Al. All right, this is Party in the CIA. Once again, we apologize for the proceeding. This is an example of bad radio. We do not encourage this type of radio here at Grandview Radio, KDPS 88.1. Now listen to this song from David Lee Roth and try to analyze why he may not be able to have a relationship. Maybe it's his occupation. Istanbul. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. This is the SS Novelty. I'm Captain Eddie. I've been to Istanbul. I've been all around the world. Now, when I first started traveling in the military, they sat us down in a little room and they said, we're going to have you flying on a commercial plane, so try to wear conservative clothing. We don't want you to fly in your uniform. We want you to wear some conservative clothing and learn some local phrases of the place you're going so you can blend in to your surroundings and nobody will know that you're an American. Okay, seems like a good idea. The first place the Marine Corps sent me was Yokohama, Japan. There I am, 6'3", 225 pounds with a shaved head, trying to blend in on the subway. And I'm looking around. There's a businessman standing there next to me. Konnichiwa, little buddy. Boy, it's a good thing I'm not wearing a John Deere sweatshirt down here. I might stick out like a sore thumb, huh? And I went to Istanbul a few years ago. Got off the plane there. Probably didn't think this through very good. Looked around, and went, That is not the right response in Istanbul. When I was coming back from Afghanistan a few years ago, made a stop in Shannon, Ireland, I knew what to say there. Walked off the airplane, walked right up to the area right there outside the terminal. I'd like a Guinness, please. And speaking of that, here's a song that has to do with some drinking beer. This is Take Off. This is from the movie The Great White North. You might recognize a couple of the voices in it. They've gone on to do a lot of other things. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS. This is the SS Novelty, silly, stupid novelty songs, and I'm Captain Eddie. You're on the SS Novelty. I'm Captain Eddie. All the silly, stupid novelty songs between 6 and 8 tonight. It's theme show week. Now, that was Smells Like Nirvana. Puts me in a holiday mood. That and the fact that every store has their Christmas decorations out already. There are already commercials on for Christmas layaway. I haven't made a Christmas list yet. It's still October. I'd like to get at least on the other side of Halloween first. But I did see a commercial that I didn't see the connection between this product and Christmas, but they made it for me. It was a company that sells catheter kits for men, and it shows all the supplies you need if you need to cath yourself. And then they said, but wait, we'll also throw in a great travel catheter kit just in time for the holidays. I haven't made my list yet, but so far I have one thing on the list of stuff I don't want for Christmas. Catheter kits for men. This is the SS Novelty. I'm Captain Eddie. Next, Convoy, and then Barbra Streisand. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. This is the SS Novelty. It's theme week here at the radio station, and we're doing all kinds of different theme shows. And I'm playing silly, stupid novelty songs. That's why you had Convoy and Barbra Streisand. Next up, kind of my side on the red tractors versus green tractors. I grew up on red tractors, and other people like green tractors. It's kind of like the Crips and the Bloods, East Coast and West Coast, only a little more rural. And then after that, we're going down under with Tie My Kangaroo Down Sport. You're on the SS Novelty. I'm Captain Eddie.
Enjoy the ride. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. I'm Captain Eddie, and you're on board the SS Novelty. We're playing nothing but silly, stupid songs until 8 o'clock. That was Ray Stevens with The Streak. Now, the next two songs kind of go back to the rural theme. And the first one has a tie-in to the Supreme Court case in Iowa about the Mennonites who want to use their steel wheels on the roads. And the problem is they seem to be tearing the roads up, and they believe that it's part of their religious freedom to tear up the roads. I disagree with that. I think we can make them, we can make bike trails all over everywhere for, $1 million a mile. Why don't we pick a gravel road next to the paved road that they can go up and down on their tractor? And then everybody's happy and they're not in traffic. And the same thing would work great in the Amish communities. You're on the SS Novelty, and I'm Captain Eddie. On Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines, this is Amish Paradise. An uplifting, cheery song, Shut Up a Your Face. This is Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. I am Captain Eddie, and this is the SS Novelty. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what CNN seems to pick up. CNN and E! Seem to go from celebrity case to celebrity case to celebrity case, and once they get somebody in their sights, they won't let up. I'm not sure if I'm the only person who doesn't care about the Michael Jackson trial, but if you're going to bed and you're getting a shot every night to go to bed, I think you have to take a little bit of responsibility yourself. Granted, not a great doctor, but still, a little bit of responsibility falls to Michael Jackson. So I thought, in tribute to him, for him being in such poor health, I thought I'd play a song from, well, it's not from Michael Jackson, but it's a parody. That falls into silly, stupid novelty songs. This one goes out to Mike and his doctor. Oh, and if the doctor needs some clothes for the trial, I did see that on eBay they've listed Dr. Jack Kevorkian's clothes, so maybe he should have worn one of those snappy sweaters to the trial. You're on the Edge, 88.1 KDPS Des Moines. I'm Captain Eddie, and this is the SS Novelty.